Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissell.
Hi guys, it's Pop Culture Minefield with
Gerry
and Keith.
and
Und
we shall talk about some more things, and we shall get the answers to our questions. You've better tell us the answers we want to know, or we shall torture you. Yeah.
What noodle?
Yes, we'll make you watch Star Wars, the Last Jedi. We'll force you to watch it.
With her Ajay.
So today we're going to be talking about some more nerdy nerd stuff. And, well, one of the rumors that we're dealing with right now, which we've talked about previously, because Sony's going to do its own thing.
Yeah.
Sony, I think they planned all along to probably launch another Marvel universe at Sony off of their team up, hoping that would help them get the energy, and it worked. It worked. Got them their Spider-Man movie and got them their Venom movie.
Yeah.
And they've been nailing it. So now the rumor that's been going around, which we've kind of suspected was going to happen anyway, is that they're wanting to nix it.
Yeah, they're basically going to say no to renewing their deal with the MCU and just go ahead and pull everything back in. Now, as I think we had previously stated on the show, that the reason why this seems like it could happen is because the contract of all the actors that have appeared in all of the MCU Spider-Man films, those contracts are actually held by Sony. Marvel Studios and Disney, they actually make the movies. But Tom Holland's contract, as well as all the actors and actresses, Zendaya, everybody else that you see in those movies, their contracts are actually through Sony. So Sony can do anything they want with all these actors. So it doesn't matter if Tom Holland wants to go ahead and do another movie with his friends in the MCU. Sony's actually the one paying him, so he'll have to do what they say.
Kind of sucks.
Kinda.
It sucks.
Kinda? I think we should take the word kinda out.
It sucks.
It definitely sucks. But hey, you know what? This is Sony. Sony's always going to do their own thing. And again, I'm happy that things are working out for them, but it really sucks.
Well, it sucks for the Marvel fans.
Yeah.
It's sort of like what Netflix did. That, understandable as it is, why they did what they did, it hurt them in the long run by canceling the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
They lost viewership, which was a huge mistake. I mean, if they just did the Marvel shows for marketing purposes alone, it was worth their time and money. But they chose to do that, and a lot of us, including myself, we canceled our subscriptions. It's like, man, it's why I subscribed, and you got rid of the thing I subscribed for. No, I'm not coming back.
So now we get to play the waiting game. Now, coming up later on this year will be Spider-Man Far From Home. This more than likely will be the final movie that the Marvel Studios will work on for Spider-Man, which means that it'll be at least another year to 2 years before we get another Spider-Man film, but this one will be made entirely by Sony, without any involvement from the MCU. Meaning, no Robert Downey Jr., no Chris Evans, no Chris Hemsworth. Basically, anybody that you see Spider-Man acting opposite in Endgame, I think that'll be the last movie that Tom Holland will be interacting with any of those characters if this rumor holds to be true, which, from what I'm seeing, seems to be the direction they're going.
Yeah, and this might be part of the reason why Tom Holland was wanting what's his name that played Spider-Man previously to come and play
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Because he sees what's happening and he wants to maybe try to help keep fans happy. So, I don't know.
That's the only thing outside of making sure that Tom Holland makes a cameo appearance in Venom.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. But with that, we'll just have to wait. Yeah. But Disney Plus is launching
in November.
For
$6.99.
$699?
Not quite, but it's going to seem like that, given all the content you're getting. $6.99 a month. That's pretty good.
I'm telling you, with all the Star Wars and MCU stuff they're going to have on there,
yeah,
it's blowing my mind. Because we already talked previously in the other episode about the two shows with Falcon and the Snowman. I mean, Falcon and
Winter
Soldier.
Along with,
I'm sorry, I made it was a joke.
Yeah,
Falcon and the Snowman was a movie
it's
from the
very
80s.
It's very 80s. So
yeah, it's very 80s.
Shut
up, man! I'm getting old.
and of course, all the other MCU shows, like Vision and the Scarlet Witch. And
now are they going to be bringing the cast from the film?
Oh yeah, all of the MCU
Paul
shows.
Bettany,
yeah,
and what's her name?
Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah, all the MCU films that series that they're doing for Disney Plus will feature the original actors from the MCU films in them. So this is going to be fun.
That.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, $6.99 a month.
Yeah,
and because we know that Netflix is going up.
Yes.
We know that YouTube Red is going up.
Yes.
Not to be mistaken with RedTube. Go there, you're going to see some effed up stuff. You can watch some of the Marvel porn parody over there, though. RedTube. And DC too. DC. But they're going to be raising their prices, so I think it's interesting that Disney's coming in lowballing it.
In November, just in time for the holiday season.
$6.99.
Because not only are you getting all of this stuff, great stuff, from the MCU, you're getting all the Star Wars television series like The Mandalorian, which will be exclusive to this service. And of course, you're getting all of the Disney classic films. All of the stuff that they have.
They're doing like what the DCU is doing, which is just putting their entire catalog on there. I'm so excited because, I've got my membership on there, and I am ecstatic over what DCU has. I've been watching Shazam. They threw up the Legends of the Superheroes special from 1979, two-part episode or two-part series. My gosh, they're throwing up so much stuff. They're throwing up all their little web shows that were shorts.
Yeah.
Including that one, it was this like Japanese anime of Batman that was really good. It was a full-fledged Japanese version where he's like a samurai and Catwoman is got these magical powers with a tail, and we meet Bane. Have you seen them?
No. Oh, well, actually, no. Aren't those the ones that they used to run on the Cartoon Network? And
I have no idea. I didn't watch Cartoon Network until Adult Swim turned on.
Yeah.
Then I would turn it on. My daughter watched Cartoon Network. I watched Adult Swim. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty stoked about it. And if Disney even comes close to that, and I know they're going to probably go far beyond it.
Yeah.
$6.99 is an incredible price.
And again, heading into the holiday season, when November rolls around, they're going to have all this stuff out there.
Exactly. And I'm just saying, look, if you guys love this show, you should buy us as a gift, a month of, subscribe, but also pay for us to have,
click on the
Disney
bell.
Plus.
Click on the bell.
And last but not least, back to the DC universe.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the film. I've already written my review. It's featured on filmdumpster.com with Jeff Heller, my publisher. And it's also on my Facebook page for the Couch Potato Critic. I loved Shazam. What a tremendously good film.
It's right now at $193.7 million for the year.
It was a low budget film for DC Warner. They came in well under 100,000.
Yeah,
and under 100 million.
Yeah, I heard that production was 98 million, according to Box Office Mojo.
Yeah, a majority of their money probably went into the marketing.
Yeah, according to Box Office Mojo, though, they have it right at 100 million. Doesn't matter. I mean, the movie needs to make, let's just go with 100 million. The movie needs to make 200 million to break even. Which means
because the basic rule of thumb is that whatever the budget is, you kind of double it.
That way you can also, add in whatever money that was spent for PR.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the other thing a lot of people don't know in the math is that you also have to account for what percentage of that box office the studio is going to get back, because not all of it goes to the studio.
Yeah.
Because some studios are not distributors. Well, with Warner, they are.
Yeah.
Warner will get at least 80% of the revenue from the box office. So
I'm in the wrong business.
I'm telling you, man. we're talking about movies instead of making them.
I know.
But we know that Warner Brothers is probably going to make their money back pretty easily with that. Have we heard what they're on track for?
Well, at this point, the movie seems to have legs. Look, right now, the biggest obstacle to Shazam making as much money as possible before Endgame comes out is whatever is released to the theaters. And right now, it's looking more and more like Hellboy is not going to be very much of a problem.
Wow, Hellboy really has gotten hit with some negative reviews. I watch specific shows on YouTube, and SC reviews, I watch them, and I watch, I just forgot her name, After the Trailer, or whatever her show is. I watch her religiously. Really pretty blonde lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a great New York accent, and I love listening to her talk. She reminds me of Rona Barrett. But anyway, she kind of led into the movie going, come on, guys, what are you doing? Mike Mignola's been talking about this movie is going to be the ultimate Hellboy movie, and then they come out and it's not. And people are panning it. They're hating on it. I think that they're unjustly hating on the lead actor. He does look a bit more like the comic book character, but I think he's a good actor. And I've seen the scenes he's in. I think he's fine. I'm going to be seeing it this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it this weekend with my girlfriend, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I get it. It's probably going to be kind of a stinker of a film from the sounds of it.
And that's sad because I want every film to do well, especially
in the comic world, because we've talked about this before, and I've said it. That what we experience as nerds is the equivalent of the Arab Spring. We had a nerd spring. We've had this since the mid-2000s, and we've been getting some of the best stuff. But I tell you, some of the most ungrateful people I know carry the moniker of nerd. They're so ungrateful for the stuff we get, and they just want to complain. I haven't heard as much complaining about stuff that wasn't deserving of being complained about since I was in the Army.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, nobody complains better than the Army. Better than truck drivers, because I know truck drivers are good at complaining. But my God, guys in the Army really complain. But nerds are the worst. And they will attack something if they don't like it. They go out of their way. I mean, we've got these factions within the nerd community.
Yeah, it's
They're
sad.
factions.
It is sad.
And we will see an end to this nerd spring. It will come to an end. And I fear that it will happen before I die. And I would like to die like near the end before it ends, just before. And that way I can say I lived through it. But it's sad because, eventually it's going to go back to what it used to, where we're just getting things trickling down to us every once in a while. An occasional Incredible Hulk TV show.
It's so very 70s.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just...
But that's the way it was for us growing up. Is just we would get little bits here and there.
Few and far between.
Yeah, and finally in the 2000s, it started ramping up. And now it's like all over the place, but it's going to go away.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be because of... Mark Hamill made the statement that about Star Wars with franchise fatigue. Franchise fatigue is the biggest hunk of horse shit you will ever hear. Ever hear. Franchise fatigue is a lie. If people aren't watching something, it's because it sucks. If you make something good, people will keep watching it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It is that simple.
People, franchise fatigue. I want to say the big F word, and I'm not going to drop it, but those people that say that and use that terminology can all go take a hike because they're idiots. There's no such thing as franchise fatigue. There's just mishandling of a franchise. And that's the only thing.
Yeah.
So if you see a decline from a franchise, if a movie, nobody wanted to go watch it, it's like franchise fatigue for Ghostbusters? Was that what was happening? No, people didn't want to watch it because it wasn't good. And they knew it wasn't going to be good. Because the Feige went, another Feige, there's two different Feiges or Feige.
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig and Kevin Feige. It's like very similar names. But Paul just went about it the wrong way. And I like his other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really good with certain kinds of comedy, raunchy comedy. But he's not good at telling dramatic stories with comical overtones, which is really what Ghostbusters really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's science fiction mixed with serious situations, and the comedy comes from the actors reacting to what's going on screen. If you're doing gags, jokes, it's not funny anymore. You're making just a straight-up comedy.
Yeah.
And that was the problem with Ghostbusters. So anyway, we'll wrap up with Shazam, outstanding movie. Go see it. So anyway, once again, this is Keith
and Gerry
for Pop Culture Minefield, and we're out of here. See you guys next time. Y'all come back. Y'all come back now, you hear?
This is Chuck Dixon speaking to you from the control tower. It was a real kick to return to a series that I wrote 30 years ago, but even more fun is returning to an interrupted storyline that I was writing 30 years ago. Longtime Airboy fans can finally find out what happened next. Join us, support us, and keep them flying. Over and out.